Sup y'all, it's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do maximum DPS, how to go big dick on Mythic Kromog. Now, first thing you need to know actually isn't Kromog specific, but you want to go ahead and pull the boss a couple seconds early. Reason for that is you mess up everybody else's pre-pot, but you still get yours off. Really, in any sort of fight that you're trying to do maximum DPS on, which should be all of them by the way, is you've got two different ways of doing that. For one, you can do more damage, and the other way is you can make your raid do less damage. Now, the good thing about Kromog is we're going to be able to do both of those. Now, before you actually pull the boss, you want to pre-drop your Ravager with your pre-pot, and then charge in, and as soon as your trinkets proc, you pop every single cooldown you have, and you just go big dick on them right from the start. And like, I've been reading strategy guides, and like raid editors will tell you that you want to save your cooldowns for the pillars. Listen. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. For one, obviously it's going to make you do less damage, okay, obviously. And the second thing is, I mean, like, you're a wild beast, okay? You don't let a raid leader control you. You don't let them tell you what to do. You do what you want when you want, which is you want to pop your cooldowns right at the start, okay? And honestly, guys, I'm going to be real. Like, until the runes come out, this is pretty much a sleeper fight. You're just sleeping here. It's like you're a bear in hibernation, and whenever those runes come out, you come out of hibernation and you maul those fucking DPS meters. Now, at this part, you just pretty much want to do as much damage as you can, get ready to go into your rune. Now, the good thing about Kromog here is you actually have the opportunity to not only beat your competition, but kill them, okay? And the way you do that is you pop all of your cooldowns on these gray hands here, and what you're going to do, obviously, is you knock other people out of their hands early, they get knocked up in the air, and they die, okay? And so not only are you doing more damage, but you're actually killing them too. So it's like a win-win situation where you win twice. Now, as soon as you finish off all the hands, just ignore the other ones and just go back to hitting the boss. Anything that will take you out of melee range for more than like 1 or 2 seconds is a waste of your time. Now, another thing is like with these pillars that are going to come up, one thing you really have to watch out for is getting hit by the spikes that come up from the ground. Not because it's needless damage and it wastes healer mana, that doesn't matter. The main thing is it might take you out of melee range, resulting in lower DPS. Now, usually you'll kind of get assignments of like, oh, you should go to the right pillar, go to the left pillar. Now, really, the only thing that's important here is you're on a pillar that you can execute, because as you guys know, you want to be executing all the time, okay? As many times as you can, at least. Now, so, like, usually you're supposed to switch off whenever they get low health. Don't do that, because, again, how are you going to execute the boss or something like that whenever it's not below 20% health, unless you have sudden death? Now, Call the Mountain, let me tell you guys something. You're going to see one of my raid members, he's going to show you what Call the Mountain does whenever it hits you. You die, all right? So you want to make sure that you get behind the rock whenever Call the Mountain happens. Those reverberations, who cares about those? Like, if it comes between you taking a reverberation and you doing less DPS, I think we both know what you should be doing. Now, obviously here, guys, you just want to be maximizing your damage, doing as much damage as you can, because really you're not going to have too much option to do that. Most of the time, like, you're going to get most of your damage out of AoEing down the hands, and at this point, you're just trying to kind of do as much as you can, keep up as much as you can. Now, honestly, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I didn't really do too well on this fight because he dead. So it's actually good that he died, because it let my recklessness come up right at the end of the fight. I'll show you guys that whenever it happens. Now, whenever you get through this pillar phase right here, this is whenever you're really, like, you were in hibernation right now, but y'all are about to see, like, you're about to come out of hibernation like a wild fucking beast, okay? And get ready for this. All right, so look, I'll show you guys something. I messed one thing up. You want to pre-pot here too, or use your second potion. Pop recklessness, pop your cooldowns, pop every single thing you have, okay? And I usually put Ravager on the other side, so that way I don't kill my own. And so here, watch. See, I'm actually going to knock Nov's, I'm going to kill Nov's hand a little bit early, but see, Nov always gets killed the stuff, you know, pretty much all the other fights, is people actually thought that was his fault, but it wasn't. It was actually me. And so anyway, as soon as you kill all the hands, don't worry about killing the rest of them. They can deal with that. It's whatever. That's actually going to lower their DPS. Remember what we were saying about the second option? So this is a really good way of taking advantage of that. Now look at this. Look who's top DPS. Now again, like, I actually had a really good pull a couple weeks ago, and I did 70,000 DPS. I was ranked 2 for Warriors, but this actually isn't that clip, because that clip I had a little bit more gear and everything, but this is the same strategy. This is a strategy that's going to make you do more damage than anybody else, and so you guys really need to be paying attention and doing exactly what you need to do. Now guys, I want to say one thing that's really important is you've only got, like, really, I mean, you can wipe on a boss all week, okay? You can spend all the time, all the week, and see, sometimes, like, watch, see, I got hit, but no, I didn't, never mind, I thought I did. See, that's why I always do dumb stuff like that. Anyway, so you can wipe on a boss all the time, all week, but you really only get one shot for that #1 spot at the parsing, and so make sure that you make it count. So, I mean, like, if you're gonna get a bad parse, just kill yourself. Just walk off the edge. That way, whenever people look at it in World of Logs, they won't realize that it's actually you underperforming. They'll think that something happened, you lagged out. And also another thing I want to tell you guys is with runes, sometimes whenever somebody else is doing high DPS like spin move, what I should have done here, and this was a mistake for me, is what I should have done is I should have actually stood on his rune and then make it to where I was grabbed instead of him, and he would have got knocked up and killed, and I would have had no problem doing even more damage. And so again, like if you miss your rune, like don't call for a bop. Don't call for a bop. Just Alt F4, close your game, and pretend like you lagged out. Again, as I said, you do not want to have any sort of evidence that you did bad on this fight. Now, really, doing bad on this fight is actually like very correlated to doing the mechanics correctly, and doing really well on this fight is actually correlated to doing the mechanics very badly. And so I don't really think that we need to talk about what's more important here. Now, third hand phase, really, you're not going to have recklessness up, but you want to go ahead and use your trinket again because, I mean, this is going to be pretty much your only time. Now, really, you should have used your second potion on the second set of the Grasping Earths, the hands, and the reason for that is, of course, you've got Wreck up and pretty much everything else, but if you haven't used it by now, you want to go ahead and do that. Now, see, again, I think I might have killed somebody there. No, Afflicted got himself killed beforehand, but you want to make sure that you definitely, like here, I just didn't want to wipe because I was doing really well. So again, it's like always like kind of a, I'm trying to think of like the word for this, like you want to manage like risk with reward. And so sometimes, because like also you're not going to parse, listen, you're not going to parse if the boss, if you don't actually kill the boss. And so sometimes it's good to actually do mechanics, but usually it's not, okay? Here, like, we're just pretty much focusing down the boss, doing as much damage as you can, and like, look at this, see, look how low his health is. And so right here, this is where you want to be pop and execute, and like, good guy Kairoth actually got killed earlier in the fight, doing a little bit less DPS so I can get my recklessness up, and look at that, I'm just doing fucking maximum DPS, look at that, I'm executing, where's it, right here, 90k, 95k, boom, top DPS, that's how it's done. Listen, this is one of the best warrior fights in the entire fucking BRF. Honestly, guys, there's a lot of things I could have improved on, and my most recent log is a much better one than this, but you guys can see the strategy and the mindset that it takes. Now listen, like today, actually, when I bring out this video, is reset day, so go out there and make me proud. Guys, that's pretty much all I got. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.